Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. That's funny because I was repeating that over and over before I started recording. Anyway, episode 2 of the She-Hulk, getting around to it. Let me start off by saying, had this show, also don't mind the lack of hair, whatever. Had this show started with this episode, I would not have been as annoyed as I had been, or I guess have been with the series on the whole. I took no notes in true Dork Dad fashion, so let me try to recap this. So Jin, and I say I like it better because we see Jin struggle now. So she's trying to get a job. And the fact that, everyone's been making fun of how fast she turned into the Hulk and like took out that what's her name girl in the court, but the fact that she did that made it to where she is having a hard time finding a job. I'm glad there's no like how do I want to put this putting women down messaging here, but she's a Hulk, she's a superhero, so people are like, well, we obviously can't have you destroying the courtroom if you get too angry or whatever happens. So she's having a hard time finding a job. She's getting down in the dumps. She goes to see her family, and I have to say, I was shocked that her father was like, gave valid wisdom. But he it was actually pretty touching. He was just like, "Hey, how are you doing? Because we're here for you. This isn't the first Hulk we've had to deal with in the family, and just keep your head up, kid." And I was like, as a dad myself, I'm like, if only my child would just turn into the Hulk so I can give advice like that. Wait, if he's the Hulk, then tragic Hulk backstory. Anyway, so she gets what happens? I think it opens with her at the bar. She gets fired on the spot, and then the opposing lawyer, head of law. Well, I don't know these terms that she was going against in the first episode wants to hire her for superhero stuff, but only if she's She-Hulk while she's doing her job. I guess just to give a face to it. And this is where so we see what's his name, that's the Abomination, and it's, I wish he was a little more sinister because they're trying to get him off the hook. But he reminds me more of what's his name from Iron Man 3, the Mandarin who is not the Mandarin. I'm like, oh my goodness, British accent and everything. Lots of hints at different things. He says, and we know it's probably him just not telling the truth, but he keeps talking about haikus and how he has 7 friends, pen pals, and he wants a house by his 7 friends. I'm like, who could that be? Spoiler alert, we see him fighting like he was in Shang-Chi at the end of this episode. So it's happening at the same time, and I'm like, is there some sort of connection there? Because he's fighting Wong. Is he actually good? I know they're just play fighting. We don't know that yet in this show. So a lot more to happen. She also has a call with Bruce, and that actually goes not as cringy as her interactions in the first episode. I don't know if this is the last time we're going to see Bruce. He's on a ship and he's like leaving, like space. He also makes this joke that, yes, the Abomination and I made up. I'm a completely different person now. Get it? Edward Norton, Hulk. In my headcanon, he's been 3 people. But if you can just scrub out the actor change, it could be Eric Bana's, Edward Norton's, Mark Ruffalo's. Anyway, that's beside the point. And I guess that's about it. She meets the Abomination, and then she goes home and then sees him fighting, and then that's it. I mean, it's fine. The episodes are short, but it's funny that I picked this screenshot because it's like we finally get her struggling Like she had before she like walked up to the building at her new job, and boss tells her you got to be the Hulk, and she is uncomfortable doing so. So she becomes the Hulk, and she's walking around, and everyone's looking at her like this 6'7" Amazon woman. Of course, they're gonna stare at her. Green. But now we get a sense that like she's struggling with. She doesn't want. She's not wanted just for herself. She's wanted for the She-Hulk, and now she's gonna be known as the She-Hulk. But what about poor old Jin? So, the episode was better. The season has still yet to prove anything to me. I'm still gonna watch it. You can call myself a dum dum for putting up with it, but it's better. It's a bit of a step up. Again, I wish they would have started with this instead of starting her out as like OP. Like, I don't know, have her training with the whole class like a year, and then she comes back, and of course she's fired because she's been gone so long. But I don't know. But the way they went about episode 1, just a lot of things could have gone better. That's all I got. Let us know what you think. We'll be keeping up with this show. And that's it for now. Subscribe, please. That'd be great.